The cafeteria of Zenith Academy buzzed with the usual cacophony of 100 different species sharing their midday meal. Crystalline Vexians chimed melodically as they absorbed nutrients through their translucent skin. The gelatinous Morphids burbled contentedly in their containment suits. Even the normally stoic Kryn clicked their mandibles in what passed for laughter among their kind. At table 47, Maya Chen sat alone, methodically working through her specially imported earth food. The other students had learned to give the human a wide berth, not out of fear exactly, but out of a cautious uncertainty that characterized most of the galaxy's interaction with the newest species to join the galactic collective. Humans came from Terra, classified as a Class 12 Deathworld. There were only 4 other Class 12 planets in known space, and none had produced sentient life. The fact that humans had not only survived but thrived on such a hostile world made them objects of intense scientific curiosity and subtle unease. Zixthar, a young Vexian with more confidence than sense, approached Maya's table with 3 of his friends in tow. His crystalline body refracted the cafeteria's light into dancing rainbows across the walls. "The Deathworlder eats alone again," Zixthar announced, his voice carrying the musical quality of his species. "Tell me, human, is it true your people consume the flesh of other creatures?" Maya looked up from her sandwich, her dark eyes meeting his multifaceted ones. "Yes." The simple confirmation sent a ripple through the nearby tables. Several students leaned closer to listen. Barbaric, one of Zixthar's companions, a Morphid named Gleb, burbled through his translator. "Civilized species consume synthetic nutrients or photosynthesize. We do what we need to survive," Maya said evenly, taking another bite of her turkey sandwich. "Your world must be truly savage," Zixthar continued, emboldened by the growing audience. "I've read the reports. Predators everywhere. Poisonous plants. Even your weather tries to kill you." Maya set down her sandwich carefully. "It's home. Home," Zixthar laughed, the sound like wind chimes in a storm. "I read that your planet's atmosphere contains oxygen at concentrations that would be toxic to most species. That your gravity is nearly double the collective standard. That your star bombards you with radiation that causes cellular damage." "We wear sunscreen," Maya replied flatly. This prompted laughter from the gathered crowd. The Morphid pressed closer, its gelatinous body quivering with amusement. "And yet your people act as though you're equals among the collective," Zixthar said, his tone growing sharper. "Tell me, what happens when you Deathworlders face a real threat? When you can't simply muscle through with your oversized bodies and aggressive tendencies?" Maya stood slowly. The movement was fluid, controlled, but every predator instinct in the room suddenly screamed danger. She wasn't tall by human standards, only 165 centimeters, but she towered over most of the species present. "Sit down," Zixthar said, but his voice had lost its mocking edge. "You want to know about real threats?" Maya asked quietly. The cafeteria was growing silent, conversations dying out in waves as students sensed the shift in atmosphere. "Let me tell you about my morning jog back home." She took a step forward. Zixthar held his ground, but barely. "I'd wake up at dawn and run 5 kilometers through the woods near my house. I'd see deer, herbivores twice my mass that could kick hard enough to shatter my ribs. I'd hear coyotes, pack hunters with teeth like knives. Once I came across a bear. Do you know what a bear is, Zixthar?" The Vexian didn't answer. "It's a creature that weighs 4 times what I do, can run faster than me, swim better than me, and climb better than me. It has claws longer than my fingers and jaw strength that could crush my skull like an eggshell." The cafeteria was completely silent now. Every student, every species was watching the human girl describe her homeworld with the casual tone of someone discussing the weather. "I stood still," Maya continued. "I made myself look big. I didn't run because running triggers the chase instinct. After 30 seconds where I was certain I was going to die, it lost interest and walked away." She looked around at the crowd, her gaze passing over each shocked face. "That was Tuesday. On Wednesday, I nearly stepped on a rattlesnake, a creature that could kill me with a single bite, injecting hemotoxic venom that would make me bleed internally until I died in agony. On Thursday, I got caught in a thunderstorm, electrical discharges from the sky powerful enough to stop my heart instantly. I've survived tornadoes, flash floods, and temperatures that ranged from 40 degrees below freezing to 40 degrees above comfortable. She turned back to Zixthar specifically. You asked what happens when we face a real threat. We face real threats every single day. Our bodies evolve to handle them. Adrenaline that lets us ignore pain and triple our strength. A nervous system that processes danger in milliseconds. Endurance that lets us outlast almost any predator on our planet. Maya's voice dropped even lower, and despite themselves, the entire cafeteria leaned in to hear. But you want to know the real difference between humans and most of the collective? We don't just survive threats. We hunt them. We track them. We study them. We figure out their weaknesses. And then we eliminate them. She paused, letting that sink in. Every apex predator on Earth learned to fear us. We took over an entire planet that was actively trying to kill us. So when you ask what happens when we face a real threat, Maya's smile was small and cold. The threat should be asking what happens when it faces us. She sat back down and picked up her sandwich. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to finish my lunch. And Zixthar? She looked up one more time. I'm only going to warn you once. Don't mistake patience for weakness. The Vexian stumbled backward, his crystalline body flickering with colors that denoted fear among his species. He and his companions retreated quickly, leaving Maya alone at her table once more. The cafeteria remained silent for a full minute before conversations, slowly, cautiously resumed. But things had changed. The students gave Table 47 an even wider berth than before, and more than one species found themselves researching humanity's history with a new sense of respect and healthy fear. Maya finished her sandwich in peace, unaware that by the end of the day, her words would spread throughout the entire academy. The Deathworld girl had warned them once. That was all she'd needed to do. The end.